So welcome back, guys, and here we go. We are going to be getting into our last game for this matchup, and just a quick little recap of the results so far. And here we go, 4-2 in favor of Malaysia. Scratches out right there with Phoenix and Claw winning attacks in against Animal and Ninja Ong, but Ranger beating Saipem, Marauder Z against Gabalam going in favor of Malaysia there as well. Septimus beating out against Nux, and Ucor against GLG. You can see who won that one out. Team Malaysia with a solid onslaught there, and they can be very, very proud of what they have done in this set. But we are not done yet. One last match to, at the very least, celebrate the culmination of these four nations together. And we got DavidBane versus Joera into this game. It's time right now to see who's going to be moving on. Time to sign down to see who's going to be getting the W. We already know Malaysia's moving on. We'll find out. At the very least, the Philippines can get one more scoreline here in this upcoming PvP. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go. One last battle, one last bout, and one last ballot for the Philippines before anything else. Introducing first, here on the bottom right of Submarine LE, you got your red Protoss. It is Malaysia's Joera. And his opponents, here on the top left instead, he's looking pretty blue after those loses here there for the Philippines, but he can always make the magic happen. We've been talking about this guy for quite a while. He's more impressive than he looks, and he can really go a long haul here in so many different scenarios. It is the Philippines zone, DavidBane. Remember, guys, this is all now just for pride. Malaysia has effectively moved on against Vietnam, but at the very least, maybe, just maybe, DavidBane can get one back to make it an even closer scoreline than it really is. Twin Gateway is going to be into play here from DavidBane into the Cyber Core. Seems like for Joera, he's going to be doing the same old thing, and it is going to be time between the two players of both Philippines and Malaysia to have a little bit of that PvP battle. Probably go for dual window units here, there, and everywhere. And on a map like Submarine LE, gotta say that it's just all about making sure that who can have enough of an army in the first place. DavidBane, though, setting up with those gateways already out in front. And it seems like here for Joera, gonna be looking to have that Cyber Core as well. Time to get a Chrono Boost out in the battle to get these units online for both sides. And it seems like for Joera, he is gonna be going for 4 of these Adepts so far. Pride Cancel, though, gonna be into play. Is this gonna be an Adept opening here from the Malaysian side? As DavidBane gonna be looking to do the same old thing, adding things up to his collection. Wanted to go for the aggression there, and at the very least, it's time for him to go onto the outskirts and go for the brawl already. Joera, though, in the meantime, gonna be doing the same. And DavidBane already setting up that proxy pylon, but Joera will scout this out and see this one coming. Kinda ignores it though, and this is DavidBane going into the main base instead. Can he walk on forward? Joera trying to get that quick little shield battery on, but it doesn't happen, and this forces a mass recall already. Panic time from the probes. There we go with the surround, but DavidBane inside the middle line there, and at the very least, he is just keeping them alive from a good amount of those probes. 6 of them going down. Perfect infiltration already from DavidBane. And as we said, he is a true magician. He shows up out of nowhere, and he makes things happen. So good start here for DavidBane, and with the economical lead, he is very confident to go into the Nexus here and now. Looking for that second base. He can keep up with the assault, sure, but he can also play it safe and go for the macro instead. Joera, though, in behind all of this, gonna be getting a few stalkers there as well, and more Adepts right now here for DavidBane. I like he's going for Robo Facility. He knows he doesn't need to go for any earlier aggression. And at the very least, DavidBane right now is going to be sticking around on to that natural already. Joera, though, in the meantime, bringing these stalkers in. And what's the plan against the Adepts? Going for the hits here and there. DavidBane trying to get away from all of that. Stalker going to be into play as well here for DavidBane so far. It's time right now for the range damage to come this way. DavidBane, though, losing some Adepts. Joera getting the same kind of casualty. and the probe canceling that pylon real quick just to make sure that they can mobilize from first to second base. So it seems like though here for Mr. Joera, gonna be looking for that charge instead. Bot cancel for DavidBane. In the meantime, maybe Blink Stalkers gonna be next on the list. And seems like since he already was able to defend against all of that, he wants to play the Observer instead. Get out scouting information, make sure he knows exactly what his opponent is doing without him knowing that he knows. He knows, and sometimes you don't know that he knows. But in any case, yep, here we go again. DavidBane has infiltrated, and we are back into the middle line. Good control against the probe so far. Two of them going on down there, and it's time for a little bit of that micro in another go. Zealot's now gonna get warped on into this instance. And what a way to get the cleanup on. Even though two probes have gone down, not the best attack there from DavidBane. At the very least, though, he forces out a cycle of units, so which means that Joera will not be getting another good chunk of money to get the expansion on. In any case, DavidBane right now, at the very least, adding things in with terms of stalker counts. Mortal's gonna be into play as well. Here we go with some shield batteries to play the defensive. And this is just our blue Protoss trying to run away with the economy so far. Question is though, can he stay alive against this bulk of army? He does have the Immortal. He also has those shield batteries online, so he should be good to go there. There we go with a little bit of damage yet again. And these are the Zealots forced to retreat. And DavidBane holding the line in another straightforward battle. So far so good here for the Philippine side. Joera though, to be loading on in to get those Zealots on and maybe surprise his opponents onto the high ground. But DavidBane is wary of it. He's paying attention with the Observer, and he sees this warp prison coming. Does he react though in time? That's gonna be the question there, because it's time right now for the Zealots to drop on down. Shield batteries though doing the work, keeping the probes in the assimilator alive. And oh my god, the iframes inside the assimilator also helping out DavidBane there. Really going to show that the magician has so many tricks in his back so far. But in any case, at least Joera is trying to keep the offensive on. He's going for High Templar this time. So is he going to get the Archon into play? Yes, he is. Interesting that it's still all on one base. It's basically an all-in by this point because he is getting even more gateways. 4 gates plus 1 row facility. So 5, 6 production structures into play. This Archon though, very, very shiny for some reason. I don't know why, but it's a red and angry, looking to bring in the pain. DavidBane though, on the other side, he's ready for it. Yeah, shield battery's good to go. 2 Archons though are still no laughing matter. And the point here is if DavidBane can hold this, I think he's gonna be in a good spot to get this W. But more and more Zealots already. This is a dozen of them ready to go. Adept's getting the scouting information on, but will get caught out by the charge lots there. And then DavidBane right now needs to hold the line set fast. A few force fields here will really help out in the first place, pushing those Zealots back instead. Battery overcharge in behind, really smartly done by our blue Protoss. And DavidBane stays alive a little bit more. You can really see though here from Malaysian side, the past 2 games, these island players from their country looking to like to play the aggression. But here for DavidBane, he has a really good spot right now. Shield batteries are doing their work. He's made a good chokehold for himself, and at the very least, he's trying to keep his units alive. Blink Stalkers though gonna be into play there. There will go the Archons as well, draining in that AoE damage, and some good blinks here from DavidBane to keep them alive. Good micro so far. Time to go for the cleanup again. Zealots are gonna be there to try and chill around, and Joera wants to bring in a little bit more of the hurt, but DavidBane now is running out of the army. The Archons have made a big difference there. And here comes the Zealots instead. Question is though, can DavidBane stay alive a little bit longer? Archon right now in the middle has gotten 6 kills right there. And it really just goes to show the AoE of an Archon is no laughing matter against the Zealots. Good position there for DavidBane. But he kind of forgot that those Archons were right there to bring in the damage. And everything is going back in favor of Joera instead. These Zealots right now gonna be going for the push. Blink Stalker's gonna be into play again. No blink right now from one of them. They will go down. And there we go with the battery overcharge to try and keep up onto the main mineral line. But this is just Joera finding his perfect spot there, going for the Atosis pylon. Will get the shutdown on all this power. But the question is, can he keep the warp prism alive? Seems like it's not the case. So it's a last stand right here, right now, from all of these units from Joera's side. But it's still DavidBane right now, forced to play so desperately to get even more of these stalkers in position. 31 workers versus 21. Still a big lead for DavidBane, who has the 2-base setup in terms of those worker counts, but it really just goes to show that Joera has done miracles with that push. DavidBane, he pulls one last trick out of the bag. He will survive, but he needs to make sure that all of these buildings are powered again. One pylon going down, shutting everything down. That's a little bit of a misplay right there. But Joera perfectly timing out those Archons, surprising the opposition, and working with it to find his opponent out. In any case though, here we go again with the high temps gonna be into play. And these Archons gonna be going for another drop here. But for DavidBane, maybe he can get the catch onto the Warp Prism already. All about the setup, it's all about the lineup. These are the Warp Prisms. Trying to survive so far. Archons though, still there. Big, hulky units. Do want to impose whatever they want, and at the very least, they're looking to get in position in to the front there. But time is absolute. We'll find out right now if the side of DavidBane can survive even more so here. Joera though, in the meantime, on to the south here again. More Archons from these high temps. Zealot Archon composition, always a sturdy one to rely on. And Joera's bring in these massive units against these Blink Stalkers here, there, and everywhere. DavidBane only has one Blink to work on, one Blink to bind them, and he has to time that right against those charges in the first place. Archons here from DavidBane's side. We're seeing massive units brawl again, hulking with psionic energy. And for now, at least for DavidBane, he's keeping up with his 2-base setup. Now, this is where I feel it's looking pretty dicey for Joera, because even though he had an amazing attack, he's still on 1 base. 11 minutes on 1 base, and he's going for the long-range mine. You gotta say that he effectively only has the economy for 1 base itself. So I feel like that's a little bit of an issue here for our Malaysian side. But maybe, just maybe, he can finish up this fight already, then he can look pretty good. But you can see the difference there. With DavidBane on 2-base economy, he's gotten the worker lead back, he's gotten the army lead back. He's gonna be trying to defend yet again, but these are the Archons looking pretty magnanimous in so many ways. Blink Stalker though, sacrificing their lives to get rid of the Warp Prism, and there we go with the recall to get the hell out of there. Good call by DavidBane, going over for this transport first, taking care of business there, and shutting that one down. Still though, in the meantime, these are the Archons now, waiting on the round. Stalkers are gonna be set up as well. Seems like here for DavidBane, he's gone for an Archon Stalker composition that he's very, very comfortable with against the Zealots here. Now the question is, what's the plan right now? Will he allow the charge to connect first and then go for the blink backward? Or will he play it into a similar style when if one is red, then he will be backing on out instead? But it feels like it has turned into a more macro-focused game right now for DavidBane and Joera, because they both realize they need those resources and they need to be ready to go. At the very least though, DavidBane will get that +1 advantage, and he drops down some units onto the main base. Shield Battery though doing some work. Here comes the Adepts right now, trying to get the hell out of there. The Archons giving chase again. In all honesty, the red on these Archons in the blue, kind of scary to look at in the first place. So what a interesting palette to look at. But overall for DavidBane, at least he is ready with a good bulk there. In essence though, we have a +1 all ready to go, ready for DavidBane. Gonna be trying to get his own +1 on the armor as well, and it seems like he does want to focus in that manner in terms of that economy. Still though, with the Stalkers and the Archons ready to go, at the very least, forward. Go for again. DavidBane right now is in position. Find an angle. You get to blow up on. Maybe continue from this aspect. Still though, High Templar right now gonna get warped on into Archons. Archon battle between our two players. We'll be finding on out what the plan, what the play is here as DavidBane is ready and in position. Still though, by the setup, DavidBane right now is knocking on his opponent's doorstep. This is gonna be Joera though, looking to survive, and here comes a little bit of a catch there. Archons right now being warped on in again and again, and these are just really the numbers going in favor of DavidBane so far. They are waiting for the big brawl to happen. Will we get some big Kamehamehas on both sides? Seems like they're just waiting for one to make a move against the other. I know they can see each other. And this is now time for DavidBane to go on the assault. Charizard right now gonna get baited there. But the shield batteries are making its mark. And Archons right now gonna be out in front. A few of the Archons still stuck in behind. So DavidBane needs to fix the positioning there on the Stalkers first and foremost. There we go with the blink on backward. Finally, we get the proper spotting here. But DavidBane, he is just waiting for a little bit more of an advantage, a bit of opportunity to enable himself in this push. But here we go again. DavidBane right now gonna be out in front. Joera gonna be losing an Archon already. DavidBane keeping an eye out on his shields, and he's blinking on backward at the right time. Dark Shrine gonna be built in behind all of this, as well as the upcoming +2. But the upgrades don't lie, and that's what the +1 is all about. Getting the DPS on even more so. A big bulk of units here from DavidBane, and he cleans up house onto the natural, and this might be game, set, and match at the very least. It is the Philippines making it competitive. DavidBane will make the end score 4-3, and that is it for our matches today for the Southeast Asian League. What a day it has been. What a way to end things, and what a match it has been so far. But that is DavidBane pulling one last trick out of the bag for the Philippine scene. And at least he ends it on a high note with a W there. But it is Malaysia who moves on tomorrow to face off against Vietnam. And whoever wins that one will deal with Singapore in the grand finals. So there you go, guys. That is it for today. Victory for DavidBane to wrap things up. Joera gonna be going on down there, but a really good effort nonetheless. What a great experience it has been. Big shout outs to everyone who's streamed so far, who's casted there for the other sides, for the other countries as well. And GG, well played to all our countries who participated today. But I gotta say though, that this is the Philippines bowing on. Now it's in a pretty close manner. We lost against Vietnam 4-3. We lose against Malaysia 4-3 as well. Really going to show that the Philippine scene looking to be as competitive as can be. And as we said before, not just a one-player system anymore. There's always a chance here for the PH to shine, and it has been an absolute pleasure. But let's recap those results real quick. Wins there for the PH side: Phoenix, Claw, and DavidBane. On the Malaysia, Ranger, Marauder Z, Ucor, and a default there for Septimus. What could have been there if Nux was only able to brawl against Septimus, but then again, it could have been a great duel either way. But in the end, that is the result, that is the scoreline. The Southeast Asia League ends today with a 4-3 victory between Singapore and Vietnam, and a 4-3 victory between Malaysia as well as the Philippines. But I gotta say, guys, thank you for all your support for today. It has been an absolute pleasure to bring you guys the Southeast Asia League. And tune in tomorrow again, same time, for the lower bracket round number 2, as well as the grand final. So tomorrow, it's technically the lower bracket finals, in all honesty. Lower bracket finals, and then we go straight into the grand finals. One map advantage there for the side of Singapore, though, coming into that one. So it's only going to be 3 Masters and 3 Diamonds playing on into the Malaysia versus Vietnam matchup. That's going to be 7 there again. So you're going to expect 13 great games from the Southeast Asia League to be casted here officially on twitch.tv/ZachPH. And it has been a great time to just party on and really celebrate the Southeast Asian region. But thank you guys for everything so far today. Thank you guys for all the supports, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Southeast Asian League. We'll be tossing you guys over to the SC2 Open. It's an amazing tournament that's going on right now, and I believe it's either the semis or the finals. So if you guys can join us there, that'll be an absolute pleasure as well. But thank you guys for watching this one. Thank you guys for making it happen, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's Southeast Asia League.